Monday night, and now Season 8 of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series is ready to do it on a Wednesday. We welcome you to the virtual is the inaugural Bristol E-Dirt Race for the Northwest iRacing Truck Series, round number 7 of the points, round 6 of the season for the points race. Welcome from virtual Bristol, wherever you are. I'm Wesley Outland on LSRTV, CRN Sports, and we are ready to go. My buddy is back. His roommate paid the rent, got the power cut back on, got the internet back on. I'm sorry, Greg, I had to. But Charles is our producer, not announcer. But he is a special guest dirt analyst as well. Greg, it's good for you to be back, but I'm glad the bills got paid.
Glad to be back. It definitely wasn't
it wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault, right? It's not your fault.
Definitely was ready to go here with the trucks at Bristol. And I've been looking forward to this for a while, Wesley. I have been very, very excited about these races. Bummed I missed on Monday, but we're back with a vengeance here tonight.
Greg, I am just so happy that you are finally able to work a dirt race with me. Last year, you were supposed to have done a Eldora truck race with me. Happened where you were not able to make it, and then Cup race Monday night, historic moment, not able to be there. Thanks to Samuel Dyer for being in the booth to fill in for your absence. And finally, man, we get to call this is going to be fun. I don't know if you had a chance to see the Cup race on Monday night at Bristol Dirt. That was a damn good show. It was a very exciting race. And now the trucks on the open setup for the Cup cars. These are a fixed league for the trucks. And I think they're all going to be very equally matched. And I think we're going to see an even on Monday night.
I cannot wait to watch it unfold here at Bristol Dirt. These guys have been very, very, very excited about this race, and here we are, qualifying underway here for Bristol Dirt. Very unique format here tonight, Wesley, because we have heat races tonight as well. Right. We saw that on Monday.
Let's take a look at the 411. It's presented by Race on Tech, Arklatex area. Get the Speed Pass. Monarch Speedway, especially, $40 and $20 goes towards the racetrack. Help out short track racing. Tonight's format includes practice. It's already done. Drivers meeting is concluded. They are qualifying right now as you look at the above shots presented by All-American Pools. We will then have between 3 to 4 15-lap heat races. Those 15-lap heat, it will set the lineup like 1-1-1-1, 2-2-2-2, 3-3-3, 4-4-4-4, and so on. And then 120 stages. There'll be a caution on lap 25. There'll be a caution on lap 55, a caution on lap 85, and then, Greg, they race to the checkered flag to lap 125. Overtime rules apply. No, because they will race to the checkered flag.
It's going to be an awesome show here, Wesley. I am so excited to watch these guys. Got to see who got the win. Devin West, a dirt track ace in real life. So no surprise to see the guys with the dirt background coming out and showing strong here on Monday. And I'm expecting more of the same here this evening tonight. And we're seeing it right now with Dan West Jr. on top of the board. He's another guy with a big time in the Cup race on Monday. See if father can get the best of son tonight. But Devin is also a guy you're going to have to watch out for. Third career Cup win on Monday. Can he sweep the week?
Going to be a fun time for sure, definitely. And now let's bring in the third member of our broadcast crew that'll be helping out shortly. He'll join us during the heat races very shortly, but for right now, yes, you are. He is our dirt analyst, and he'll be joining us when the heat races get started. Charles Wooten. We have him as a special guest dirt analyst, Greg, because honestly, he's normally producing, and we appreciate all the great work he does, but I give him this quota dirt analyst because he's a dirt track guy. He's a dirt track guy like I am. Of course, yes, I do a lot of pavement racing and other events, but dirt is where I came from. I come from the dirt. County Line Raceway, Fayetteville Motor Speedway, Dublin Motor Speedway, just some of the places where I cut my teeth in as a broadcaster. Well, so Charles will be joining us during the heat races, but for right now, we are about to see the end of the wrap-up of qualifying. And again, Greg, I think it's going to be neat, and I really think hopefully in time we'll see a format like this very soon for other races that we do on LSRTV for the trucks and the Cup Series.
I'm looking forward to it, Wesley, because to this series. Love the heat race format. This reminds me of a typical Saturday night at a short track here in the Northwest. So I'm very, very much looking forward to having some heat races here and their truck series, and I cannot wait to see what these guys come up with here for the heat racing tonight. And I'm looking forward to, because this isn't our only dirt race, Knoxville, I believe, as well, and I think Eldora is on the schedule as well. I'll have to double check. So we have quite a few races on dirt this year. I am very, very excited to a few more times here this season, not just tonight.
I think it's going to be fun, and we also talked about that as well. So yes, we've got a great schedule, a great. Let's take a look at the bottom right of the monitor and take a look at the sawblade.com weather conditions. And by the way, the race for the Cup cars, it was in the day, night. And what temperatures for nighttime? A full moon, partly cloudy skies, and be it virtually wind blowing at 5 to 7 miles an hour, and it continues to climb 9 miles an hour. It went 4 miles per hour in the last 4 down, but literally it's going back and forth. And Greg, the temp is cooler than the ambient temperature outside. Why is that? Because it's dirt track racing.
You're the guy who's done dirt more than I have. You're gonna have to. This is a foreign language to me tonight. This is only my fifth or sixth one.
It's all about moisture. It's all about moisture. You got to remember, there's moisture in the racetrack virtually slicked off right now. So there's a lot of moisture compacting, making this track what it is. And the moisture, the water that's been used to wet the track, slick the track off, no track conditions. So normally whenever you run pavement and you got the pavement and the tires on the track and you got the sun beaming down on the racetrack, you normally have the track temperatures go up. Water trucks, bringing them on there to wet this racing surface will make it be the opposite. Kind of makes sense, right?
It does make sense for dirt. Also, I mean, I've only gotten to do a couple of dirt races over the last year or so definitely not in my wheel. Try out the dirt here, and I got to drive some laps here in a street stock as well, as an effort to try to get myself familiar with this track. It's a lot of fun wheeling these things around this great Coliseum. This is a lot of fun. I can't wait to see what these guys do.
To be a fun time as well as, again, we are getting them ready to go, ripboard set and shot. When we come back, we are heat racing. This is coverage of the Bristol E-Dirt race for the Northwest iRacing Truck Series on LSRTV, your home for sim racing. And also, we are CRN.com at CRN Sports.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better. Instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
Welcome back to coverage of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. I'm Wesley Outland. Charles Wood will be joining us as a special guest dirt analyst in a short bit when we go heat racing. And Greg Rentz is alongside. We're ready to go dirt tracking here under the lights at the virtual Bristol Motor Speedway. Greg, man, I'll tell you what, man. NASCAR has called this their best season ever. And I have to say, and I said this on our intro for the series on Monday night as well, this could possibly be the season ever for the Northwest iRacing Series and trucks as well, because we're kind of mimicking, if you will, kind of the format that they're running this year.
We really are, and it's really made a lot of interesting changes to the series this year. And it's also produced some new winners here this season. Already in the truck series, first-time winners in the trucks include Casey Garber, Paul Newton, and Caden Anderson. Garber and Newton were first-time ever winners in Northwest Racing Series action. Anderson had won in the Cup Series, never visiting victory lane in the trucks until last week at Las Vegas. So the different format this year and a vastly different schedule than what we were used to, producing some awesome racing and some different drivers in victory lane thus far.
They certainly are, as we are awaiting any moment now the drivers to get into place, and they'll be ready to go to racing here. It's going to be an exciting one. We're glad you're along for the ride for coverage on, of course, CRN Sports. Coming off of a great game, a great softball game tonight. Congratulations, Clayton. Greater News 3A Conference champions. They're getting ready for the playoffs. Eastern Regional Championship playoff semifinal game on Saturday to go to the state championship. And of course, esports is always fun to cover. And of course, for those that are watching on LSRTV, we are ready to go. Heat race number 1. It will be 15 laps. Let's give you your starting lineup for heat race number 1. On the pole, Dan West Jr. from Shelton, Washington. To the outside, Troy Daggett in 67. Row number 2 will find Jeff Stabnow in 24. Dennis Moore in the 44. Row number 3, Ray Fournier in the 26. Aaron Cooper in the 71. And looking for a couple more to light up the board here, but I think that's it for heat race number 1. So 6 trucks. Greg, I'll let you give the lineup for heat race number 2. And again, 15 laps, no cautions. And this will set up the lineup for the feature coming. Oh, no, here comes some more trucks. Stephen Paulison just lit up on the board.
That's it. That's the last one.
That's the lineup. Yep, 7 trucks. There we go. All right.
Paulison will roll off in 3rd, so he's the only one that we needed to go. Waiting now on the Silverado to take off. It does. And the rest of the field, Silverados, F-150s, and Tundras roll off behind him. Led by Dan West.
And remember, the starting lineup presented by Team 126 Racing. We will have the official starting lineup grid for the 125 lap feature coming up here in just a short bit. But for right now, a couple of preliminary laps before they turn them loose. Greg, what do you think we're going to see here? We saw conditions on Monday night where the track was really slick, rubbered up, and it was 2 and 3 lanes fast. Will the trucks provide the same thing?
I'm thinking so, Wesley. I think you're going to see some beating, some banging, some dirt track racing, but I think you're going to see action all over the racing surface here at Bristol. Bristol Dirt, first time the Truck Series has ever raced at Bristol with it covered in dirt. We're looking forward to seeing it here. Heat race coming up here first. This is something the Cup and Truck Series didn't see.
Yes, Charles Wooden, you had the privilege to join us on Dialogue Monday night. What do you think we're going to see with the trucks? Good evening to you, buddy. Okay, I think Charles is occupied working on some other things, so he might not be in the booth tonight. Okay, oh well. Here we go. Heat race number 1. Ready for the start. 15 laps. Green flag is in the air. We are underway. Heat race number 1, and quickly it's Dan West Jr. with a little wiggle there as he works his way up the high banks into 1 and 2. Greg, we have a race in heat number 1. They're on the backstretch.
Not at all surprised to see Dan West Jr., a guy with a sprint car background on dirt, breaking out to lead lap number 1 here at Bristol. He won Eldora last year on the dirt, has been probably the dirt track ace of the Northwest Racing Series for years and years and years. And it's no surprise at all to see him battling up here in the lead early as Troy Daggett struggling right now in the 67 for Team Ramrod as he's in the battle with Jeff Stabnow. They get together and Daggett gets the wall again, and he's going to have a lot of damage on that truck. The good news for him is he's going to have a brand new race truck for the main event.
Yeah, little problems there as we watch those drivers work their way to the back straightaway into turn number 3 with West out in front. Paulison, the Daytona winner last year, he's in that number 2 position. Moore sitting in 3rd as they all work their way back on the racetrack off the corner. And Dan West Jr., the man out in front, got himself a good run right now in truck number 55. Leads the way in the opening laps here in heat race number 1, Greg.
Looking very, very strong. Already a 2-second lead over Paulison. And on dirt, that is a huge gap to make up. And West Jr. already a straightaway ahead of Paulison, making almost 3 seconds now over Stephen Paulison. As a battle beginning to brew for 3rd between Stabnow and Moore. Remember, each of these is for 4 positions on the racetrack for the starting grid. Each position in this race worth 4 on the starting grid. So Stabnow making that pass on Moore. He wants to get as many as he can. If he can get up to Paulson, he would have improved his position 8 spots since since we picked him up. He already has picked it up 4, trying to pick up another one here to go 8 spots.
Yeah, decent run going for him right now as we're on halfway here in another lap. It'll be lap number 7 this time by Dan West Jr. There you see the 44 of Dennis Moore. He's riding in the number 4 position right now. And they work their way back around the racetrack. Jeff Stabnow got a run there, about to heat up here on Stephen Paulison for the second spot. They go into 3 and 4.
Out for second. Stabnow, Paulison. And to track it down as we're past halfway in this heat race.
Halfway home just a lap ago. Jeff Stabnow trying to size up Paulison for the number 2 spot. He's in 3rd. He's there to the inside. What an angle we got on the camera here as they exit 4. Stabnow with a fender out in front on the bottom in the inside track. He'll now clear Paulison and go to second into turn 1.
Remember Stabnow last week at Vegas finally getting that first top 5 of the season. Can he follow it up here with a big one at Bristol? He's off to a good start, showing a lot of speed. No doubt him and Dan West Jr. were working together. Dan helping Jeff get ready for this race as he is already now up into the 2nd spot. That's worth 8 spots on the starting grid. Tries to battle it out.
And I know he definitely
it's all Dan
needed
West Jr. right now.
Yeah, I know he needed it. He wanted to have a decent run, if you will, as they'll work their way across the line. 4 laps to go now in heat race number 1 for the trucks at Bristol. The Bristol Dirt Race. This is the qualification races to set the field for the lineup for the 125-lap feature here tonight on LSRTV and CRN Sports, as Dan West Jr. will work his way back down the backstretch. Time running out. 3 to go. 2 to go for the double nickel machine out of Shelton, Washington. DWJ to the line. He has got 2 wins on the year so far. He's back to turn 1.
Trying to get win number 3, and no doubt has to be considered a favorite for this win tonight, as he's going to come by and see the white flag. 1 more lap to go in this first of 4 heat races.
CRN.
Right,
Yep, CRN 1 to go.
CRN 1 to go already.
The CRN 1 to go. We are live on WeAreCRN.com. We are proud to be the voice of LSR TV for the radio call. To the back straightaway, Dan West Jr. holds his line into turn number 3. It's all his race to lose off turn 4, Greg.
He is going to put a stamp on it and say, if you want to win this race, you're going to have to go through me. Dan West Jr. will lead him to green. Stabnow 2nd. And Paulison 3rd, Dennis Moore 4th. Looks like Troy Daggett is going to hold off Ray Fournier for 6th. Aaron Cooper parked it on lap number 12.
That's the way they finish. Either they might have had problems with their truck or used up passing points or penalty points is what we were also told could happen as well. I think it's 28 for the race, 14 for the heat races. Cut it in half. But anyhow, penalty points in effect. If you hit the wall, you get a penalty point. If you bounce off another car, and if they consider as a penalty point, not racing, you get a penalty point. And anyhow, we're ready to go. Greg Ritz, my colleague, LSR TV, in the starting lineup for heat race number 2 of the trucks at Bristol.
6 of them in this field. Ryan Bloom going to lead them to green in the number 25, having an outstanding qualifying effort. He'll roll off with Robert Gamble to his outsiding truck number 54. John Ottenbacher, a staple of the Northwest Racing Series, rolls off 3rd with Paul Newton, winner at the Daytona Road Course, kind of a road course ringer. See what he can do on dirt here tonight. Judd Wakefield and BJ Tidrick round out the 6-car field for this 15-lap heat.
Another 15-lap heat race, says Ryan Bloom, who won a cup heat race on Monday night here at Bristol. Ready to see what he can do again in the Monster Energy number 25. Now in the cup car, he's in the solid black machine in the 25 here tonight. Field ready to go. Pace truck will pull in, and we will be ready for the second heat race. So this is heat race number 2. And as I said, if you win heat race number 2, heat 3, heat 4, so on, like dirt tracks across the country, like you see for the World of Outlaws, sprint cars, late models, big block modifieds, fast track, ultimate, like you would see for the USMTS modifieds or ASCS, USCS sprint cars. The way it goes, Greg, 1, 1, 1, 1. 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, and so on. And that is the way the lineups will be decided for the heat races for the trucks at Bristol as we get ready to come to green, bud.
This race is for the outside pole position, and who will start alongside Dan West Jr. As the Silverado pulls in, Ryan Bloom going to come up and take the green flag. A little bit of a slow start out of Bloom there. Gamble kind of had to check up. We'll see what Gamble can do on the outside as it's Bloom on the inside. Breaking free, Bloom able to get clear. Bloom going to break out down into turn number 3 as the race leader.
It certainly was. We'll keep an eye on them as they work their way up the racetrack out of turn number 4, Ryan Bloom. Here comes Robert Gamble to the inside. He'll make a run into 1 and 2 up the racetrack. Watch them. You know, sometimes using the wall can help you, Greg, and sometimes it will bite you.
All depends on how much you catch the wall and how hard you catch that wall.
Front straightaway, back into the corner again. Ryan Bloom out in front. Robert Campbell, what a good run for him so far. And Charles, I'm sorry, Greg, we mentioned John Ottenbacher as well. He sits in the number 3 position, and that's another one of those drivers that you said are the pride of the Northwest. Not been to victory lane in a very long time, but man, he has got a good spot right now in this dirt race. He's in 3rd. But Wakefield's coming.
Won the season opener last year at Daytona, 2020 season opener for John Ottenbacher. Hard to believe that was before everything went to hell and back here. Ottenbacher has not been in victory lane in a while, but here he is up in 3rd right now. But he's in the battle with the other black and green truck, Judd Wakefield. This is the best battle on the racetrack. Scratch that, though, because Paul Newton and BJ Titrick are having a nice battle behind him as well.
Yeah, they certainly are side by side. The suit truck from Days of Thunder, 46 of Cole Trickle, 72 of BJ Titrick. And by the way, we are at Darlington. Speaking of the lady in black, they work their way to the back straightaway, back to turn number 3. Ottenbacher under attack by Wakefield. That's off the back deck lid of Gamble's truck as he now gets some company on the inside for 3rd as they go to turn 1.
For 2nd, Ottenbacher taking a shot at Gamble. You mentioned Darlington because that's where BJ Titrick's won and only Northwest Racing Series victory. Actually, forgive me, he won a road course race in the ARCA Series, so he's now a 2-time Northwest Racing Series winner. However, his lone cup win came at Darlington. That's where we head for the next broadcast for the Northwest Racing Series. Monday night at Darlington with the cup cars. BJ Titrick, though, slinging dirt with the rest of them tonight, but they're all chasing Ryan Bloom as we're past halfway in this one. Gamble able to hold off Ottenbacher for 2nd for now, but Ottenbacher is going to take a shot here in turn number 1.
He went for a shot down below the apron. The racetrack, and he gets sideways up. Gamble to bounce off the concrete, comes back down on the clay on the top shelf. He's in the fluff now. They're riding the lip off of turn number 3 and 4. Field now will pound it up off the wall. He'll now close into Ottenbacher, and he'll open up that door to move on the outside. Ottenbacher got a very interesting below the lane move, and he will literally drift up and throw the block on Gamble and Wakefield. A 2-for-1 special as they make contact almost out of turn 4. He's in the wall.
Wakefield going to be the big benefactor in this one, and Titrick is going to get the advantage there as Ottenbacher and Gamble are hard in the wall. The good news is they have the backup trucks ready to go for the main event, but wow, BJ Titrick just gained 2 positions there as a result of that, as did Judd Wakefield, Paul Newton as well. So suddenly Gamble and Ottenbacher are going to be in big trouble in this main event because now they got to fight their way through the field. Ryan Bloom, meanwhile, is on cruise control.
Wakefield, Titrick right there. They're going to bounce off the top shelf there. But meanwhile, Ryan Bloom out in front. They're going to come to the line, and it's under 5 laps to go now. Now make it 3 to go. Ryan Bloom, who won a heat race on the Cup cars on Monday night at Bristol, riding the flip, running the top shelf, up on the cushion, off of turn 3, riding up the wall. Here he comes out of turn 4. Greg to the stripe. 2 to go as he comes to the line.
Looking very solid, and looks like he's going to be able to win both heat races tonight unless something drastic happens. Winning the heat race on Monday, can he follow it up with a win tonight?
A good run. Here he comes off turn 4. Bloom will come to the stripe. He'll come under the flag stand to the CRN. 1 to go. 1 more lap to go in heat race number 2. Ryan Bloom hitting his marks down the back straightaway. Good, strong run for truck number 25. No one in his midst as we officially Eastern time approach the midnight hour. Checkered flag. Ryan Bloom, heat 2 winner. Off the corner. Wakefield and Titrick battle. 51 for 2nd. It is now 72 for 3rd in Titrick. And then the rest of the field coming across the line. What a show that was in heat race number 2. Ryan Bloom getting it done, Greg.
We're moving right along to heat race number 3. And Wesley, this one's going to be interesting because this one contains your winner of the feature from Monday.
It is, and what a phenomenal job he did. We will get ready to see what Devin West do. Shelton, Washington native, if he can try to double down. He won the race on Monday. He's trying to do what his dad did at Richmond. If you remember that, Greg, he swept Richmond for the Cup in the trucks. And then his son, Devin, can do the same thing. And by the way, I know Charles is not with us tonight because he's really working on the production, helping with things in the production truck. He called his shot. Babe, you know the movie Sandlot? It's celebrating its like 35th anniversary being out in theaters this week, right? And they've been doing a lot of promotional stuff, promoting the great Bambino shot and the kid playing in the Sandlot. Bottom line, Charles called his shot like Babe Ruth did in baseball. Monday night, Greg, the last before the finish, he literally said, "There's my pick to win. It's going to be the 5 of Devin West." Watch Devin West come from the top 5 to the lead to win the race. Tonight be the same.
Oh, it very well could. You know, he is a dirt track racer at heart. He is a dirt track racer in real life. You know he's been licking his chops knowing that we were headed to Bristol here for this race.
Devin West, Sean Brightsman on the front. Caden Anderson, Toby Ritters on row number 2. Stephen O'Hare, Tyler King in the back. And I believe, if I'm correct, this is the final heat race.
One more.
No, we have one more. We have one more heat race. One more heat race of 4. Here we go. And by the way, everybody transfers. Normally, heat races have lock-ins of 4, 5, top 6 transfer. Everybody's in. Look at that shot from start finish. Green in the air, Greg. We're underway in heat number 3. We're taking 15 laps. Everybody goes to the show.
Ooh, West with a big stack up there in turn number 2. That's going to allow Sean Brightsman to get the lead into number 46. Can Brightsman pull the upset here? I don't know if you can consider this really an upset considering Brightsman's open wheel background. Open wheel tends to drive a lot like dirt, but man, when you're up in the field against Devin West on dirt, you know West has to be the favorite, but Brightsman leads the opening lap of the heat race. Caden Anderson can never count him out of anything either. He's up there battling with Stephen O'Hare, Toby Ritters, and Tyler King back there lurking in case something happens, but here comes Devin West going to the inside now of Brightsman. He's going to clear him and throw the slider off of turn number 2. Devin West back to the lead after Brightsman leads the opening 2 laps.
Dan West Jr. won his heat race, and right now, son Devin doing what he needs to do. He was looking forward to this one. He's right there in that number 2 spot. John Brightsman falling back because here comes Caden Anderson, KA, the 37 from Wenatchee, Washington. He will move up to the number 2 position. Put Devin West to the lead. Caden Anderson, Stephen O'Hare, Toby Ritters in this battle as they work their way up the shelf off turn 2 back straight away. Bad. Lost my place.
Brightsman lost 5th. Brightsman lost all the way to 5th position now.
He did, yeah.
That's going to cost him big time in the starting lineup because that goes from the race leading. He would be in the 3rd starting spot to now he's all the way back, Wesley, in around the 20th position or so.
That's right, because it's 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4. So literally you'd put yourself in around 18th position.
Yeah, you're looking at 18th or 19th right now.
That's right.
Sean Brightsman. So, and it could get even worse because Tyler King is closing on Brightsman. So Sean Brightsman might be having to really fight his way through the field because another 4 positions on the starting grid are in his mirror right now in the form of Tyler King. Meanwhile, Devin West pulling away from Caden Anderson. Stephen O'Hare about a second back. The closest battle is Brightsman and King right now, and King has gotten around Brightsman. Brightsman went from leading the first 2 laps of this race, he has fallen all the way back to 6th.
Up in the racetrack, there goes in the wall, Tyler King. Tyler will reset as he works his way back down across Start finish into 1 and 2. Open the door now to Sean Brightsman. This is for the 4th and 5th position. Trying to reel him in. Right now, Dan West Jr., his son, Devin West, are trying to lock up the heat race wins. Heat 1 and Heat 3. By the way, that would put them on Heat 3 winner inside row number 1 for the pole winner. Outside row number 2, or inside row number 2. That would put them, honestly, Greg, one behind the other for the green flag tonight.
It would be definitely interesting once this 150 lap main event goes on. But we're 5 laps to go in this heat race, 125. Excuse me, I'm still locked in Wenatchee mode because we had a 150 lapper
I saw
Sunday
pictures
night.
of Wenatchee Super Speedway, man. That is a beautiful racetrack, dude. The mountain view, wow. Nice place.
I've always said the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval is one of the most picturesque tracks in the nation, and that's showing why right there.
If there's another one, if you ever get a chance to come to this side of part of the country, obviously, I would recommend go to With Raceway. I don't know if you've ever heard of that track in Royal Retreat, Virginia. With Raceway, they also have a beautiful picturesque scenery. Not only is it a great sunset, but the Allegheny Mountains on the back straightaway, absolutely beautiful. The valley, the mountains, the sunset, such a nice view. One of the greatest views I've had in my career at With Raceway for sure. By the way, laps are winding down. They're coming up on the CRN 1 to go. Devin West is hitting his marks as he works his way off of turn number 4, looking to lock up heat number 3, starting behind Daddy on the inside of row number 2. CRN 1 to go, white flag, and he's in the gas for the final time off 2.
He is looking very, very strong right now as he comes through 3 and 4. He's going to start off in the 3rd spot directly behind his father because Devin West wins heat race number 3.
Woo! Juking, jiving, sliding. Yeah, baby. Like the dirt at Bristol. Side by side. Look at them coming to the line. Ritters and Anderson battling O'Hare. And here comes Sean Brightsman trying to pick up where he left off. And he will finish dead last in heat race number 3. Heat number 4, it is coming up next. Casey Tillman will be the man on the pole in the 92 machine. Casey Tillman. See what he can do. The yellow and black machine. All right, Gregory, give him the starting lineup, buddy. I did the 1st and 3rd heat lineup. You give the 2nd and 4th.
Mentioned Tillman, a sprint car driver down from the Boise area, races at Meridian Speedway. We'll see if the open wheel background can help him in the dirt. We've seen it already a little bit. Tyson Blood was up in the mix in that cup race in that great battle with Devin West.
Yes.
He's going to have a shot at redemption. Kevin Smith, ARCA winner at Vegas, rolls off alongside Briar Reynolds, Carl Burke, and Bryce Clark, and round out this final 6-car heat race.
Hey, we have Fatback in the house.
Fatback!
Who are we? We're missing Big Bird. Why is Big Bird Eric Chaney not running tonight? Why? I guess he can't handle slinging the dirt.
You don't like the dirt.
Big Bird do not like the dirt. Oh well, dirt's where it's at. Here we go. The Caterpillar truck colors of the number 92 of a sprint car ace. Veteran at the Meridian Raceway, as you mentioned, Greg. Casey Tillman. Tyson Blood is also a real race car driver, and he plans to run many more races with the Northwest Racing Series for Cup, Truck, ARCA, and the Super Late Model Tour. Ready for the final preliminary race of the night. There will not be any B-mains. Once this is done, they'll have a 5-minute practice, and they'll re-rack them, restack them, and we go 125 laps in the Truck Bristol E-Dirt Race on LSRTV. CRN, here they come to the line. Green flag in the air, ready for heat number 4, Greg, and they roar to speed to turn 1.
Final heat race of the night. Next time trucks take the green flag, it'll be for 125 laps as Tillman able to get the lead early, but here comes Tyson Blood into 97 with a big send into turn number 3. Watch for the slider as he comes up. He's going to come around and lead lap number 1, but Tillman fights back with a big run.
Tyson wants blood. He smells blood. He's after it. Going after him, calling his shot as they work their way off the corner. Back straightaway. right now. Watching
Oh,
them.
wow. 5 cars.
Wow, 5
under
trucks
the
for the
blanket.
lead. Are you serious, Greg?
Kevin
5
Smith is
trucks
lurking.
for the lead. Blood Tillman with a slider on the bottom of the racetrack.
Oh, and they're hitting and
Slider.
beating and banging behind Carl Burke and
Wow.
Brian Reynolds.
Look at this. This is what dirt tracks do all across the country. Brian Reynolds and Carl Burke having a nice little battle of the wits with one another. Or is that Bryce Clark, actually?
Oh, it's Reynolds
into
and Burke.
the fence.
Reynolds and Burke. That's going to allow Fatback to close in.
Wow,
And
look
Burke
at this.
is going
This
to
is
get
for
the worst
lead.
of it.
Look at this. I'm going to use it. I can use it finally on a pavement broadcast on LSRTV. My colleague Dustin Jarrett always says more slide jobs than at a White Castle. Yeah. More sliders than
Burke
what
is
you get at White Castle. Look at this.
Carl Burke is loaded up and gone home. He is not going to start the 125 lap main event.
Well, he'll start at the rear.
No, he is loaded up, Wesley. He is loaded up and gone home. Carl Burke
wow.
is done for the night.
He is done. Well, we just heard dialogue from Charles Wooten, but he is not in the broadcast tonight, so you didn't hear it. Dang, Casey Tillman trying to get back after it, and here comes now Tyson Blood having to hold off the 0-0 of Kevin Smith, and we're closing in on halfway in heat number 4, Greg. Wow.
Halfway this time by. Battle for second between Blood and Smith right now.
And while that goes on, Casey Tillman is the man that is gone, checked out from everyone. Back straightaway into 3. Look at this battle. Tyson Blood made his debut, and he made his presence felt. Everybody in the Northwest Cup and Truck Series tonight, earning more respect with these machines and these competitors. Kevin Smith on the outside. And Greg, as we approach halfway here in heat number 4, I have to say, as we still see Casey Tillman out in front, we're riding on board with the driver. Man, I am so impressed with Kevin Smith in the 0-0. He has really improved in the last about 3 or 4 weeks of racing himself.
That Arco series coming around has really helped Kevin Smith. He got the win at Vegas in that series, and those extra seat time, those extra laps have really helped Kevin Smith a lot in that 0-0, and you're seeing it translate here.
Yes. And another driver I would like to acknowledge as well that's getting better, Greg, is Brian Reynolds in the number 12. He is also got really better in racing on pavement and dirt here tonight at Bristol. He sits currently in the number 4 position on the racetrack as the laps wind down with 4 to go.
Final heat race to set the final 6 starting positions. Casey Tillman was in that battle with Tyson Blood, and here he is. Being
Good
able
run
to
going
fend him
for
off.
him. A good run going. Here he comes to the line. Tyson Blood is leading, trying to hold off or run back down Casey Tillman, but now Tyson Blood under attack now. Kevin Smith coming after him. And Greg, I'll tell you something else I've noticed too as we races in heat race number 4 coming to the CRN 1 to go here next time by for Casey Tillman as well as for second. Literally, it seems like after this race with 1 lap to go, the drivers have just showed their gut, or even driving these trucks tonight where they struggled in the Cup cars on Monday too.
That's that extra seat time as we're coming to checkered flag. Casey Tillman. Oh, problems for Kevin Smith at the end. He's not going to lose any spots. He saves it and holds on to 3rd, but Tillman wins heat race number 4.
And Carl Burke, understanding you said was loaded up, went home. He's not even going to try to attempt a race now?
Does not look like it.
Wow. Bristol has been interesting. 4 15-lap heat races are done. They have a 5-minute practice session, and when we return, 125 laps for the Bristol E-Dirt Race with the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. You see high above the drone view presented by All American Pools. They are getting their 5-minute warm-up session, and then they go racing. Extended commercial break. More coverage of Bristol and the E-Dirt race on LSRTV and CRN Sports. More coverage when we return.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman. ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
We're back at Bristol, the virtual last great Coliseum. We're on the clay, and it's the inaugural Bristol E-Dirt race for the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. Greg Rentz, I'm Wesley Outland alongside. Charles is playing hookies in the production truck, trying to make sure that this broadcast will go very good. Remember, we had some issues on Monday night, but they're definitely got everything going good so far. We thank you for watching, listening, wherever you are around the world, as we have got you covered, man. This is going to be a good one. Greg, we are moments away from history for the trucks at Bristol. 125 laps, and buddy, it is almost go time. Cue up the music. It is time for the Team 126 Racing starting lineup. And this should be a good one. Remember, the heat race winners in the first 4 positions. The next 4 spots are from finishers of 2 and on back. Here we go. These are your heat race winners starting lineup on the pole. Dan West Jr., 2 wins on the year, defending Truck Series champion, the man out of Shelton, Washington. To his outside, Ryan Bloom, Cup Heat winner on Monday night. He's also here in row number 1. Row 2 will find Devin West, the winner of the Cup Series on Monday night here in Bristol, and Casey Tillman. Those are your heat race winners. Row number 3 will find Jeff Stabnow along with Judd Wakefield, 24 and 50. Row number 4, Caden Anderson, Tyson Blood, again 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Row number 5, Stephen Paulison, B.J. Tedrick. That's row 5 in your top 10. And for row number 6, Toby Ritters and Kevin Smith in 00. That's half the field.
44 on the door for Dennis Moore in the 13th position, with Paul Newton to his outside, Daytona Road Course winner. Stephen O'Hare and Briar Reynolds 15th and 16th as the field rolls off. Troy Daggett and John Ottenbacher fresh with the backup truck after the hard hit. Tyler King, Racetrack King, along with Fatback Bryce Clark 20th. Ray Fournier, Robert Gamble, 21st and 22nd. Sean Brightsman and Carl Burke was scheduled to start 24th, however, not making the field for this one. Aaron Cooper will round out the 24 trucks that will take the green flag for 125 laps.
Bug eyes right there. Aaron Cooper in the number 71 machine. 25 now becomes 24. All right, Greg, settle in, brother. What do you think we're going to see? Some dirt slinging virtual bringing it tonight as we get ready to go here next time. Bye.
Oh, I think you're going to see something very, very special on LSRTV here for 125 laps. And the only cautions are the competition cautions. This race is going to be epic.
And let's give you your stages as the field will come to the start-finish line this time by, and the lights are off on the pace truck. They come to 1 to go. Stage 1, caution will come out on lap 25. Stage 2, lap 55. Stage 3 will be lap 85. Lap 90, we're assuming the lap 125 will be your checkered flag. Here they come. It's time to sling some dirt. It's Bristol, baby. We're underway here with the trucks of the Northwest. Father, son, right there. You see him on the speed shot. And ladies and gentlemen, you have a virtual dirt race. The Bristol E-Dirt race underway for the Northwest Cup Series on Monday night. Now the trucks are slinging and bringing it. Truck, yeah, Aunt Kathy, all 4. It's Dan West Jr. leading the way, Greg.
Several drivers, though, already on pit road, Wesley, because they had a lot of damage taken in the early stages of this one. Saw BJ Tidderick down there. I think I saw Ray Fournier, Brian Reynolds, a bunch of trucks already on pit road. Toby Ritter's having to come down pit road. He's on, or making a pit stop. A lot of drivers with damage early.
And remember, this race is broken down stages. We are not just going to have calamity and the yellow flag flying immediately. We will literally break this race into stages, forced, if you will, as trucks are already on the pit lane. Paulison is on pit road. You see he's already got repairs being done. Toby Ritter's, his truck is on pit lane. In the first stage, having to have work done in the pits, Greg.
That's going to pin multiple laps down early. Bryce Clark, 1 lap, or on the lead lap, about to go a lap down, just went a lap down to Dan West Jr. You got guys like BJ Tidderick, Ray Fournier, Toby Ritters, and Brian Reynolds already multiple laps down right now, just trying to hold on and survive this race.
This race underway again. It is the first stage, and Kevin Smith off the pace. The 00 in trouble. Kevin Smith could be out of the race. Something amiss on the 00, and well, that goes on. Sean Brightsman not having a good race. He's about to go a lap down. Father and son West picking him up and putting him down. He's to the inside of his teammate off turn number 3 and 4.
Unbelievable that we're seeing Sean Brightsman possibly go a lap down here on lap number 10 of this race. Man, this is things you never thought you would see. But here he is, and West Jr. able to clear his teammate Devin, his son, right behind him.
Remember, the free pass is in effect. If there is a caution at the end of the stages, whoever's a lap down will get their lap back. The wave around is obviously if you're in front of the leaders as well. You can take the wave around. But anyhow, right now, much smoother race. Greg, I've said this during the heat races, but we're starting to see the track slick off. We're starting to see the blacktop settling in. Like we say it, rubber up. The track is getting character. And honestly, the track and these truck racers are driving this track a lot different than we did in the Cup race on Monday night.
It really is, and I think part of that is the fact that this is a night race as opposed to the Cup race being a day race. I think that's also playing a very big factor in this one, as Devin now taking a peek to the inside of his father, but his dad has led them all thus far.
Remember earlier we talked about nighttime conditions and obviously moisture in the racetrack. Look on the bottom right of the monitor. Let's see the was that Dan West Jr. with a problem? I think it was. No, that's Robert Gamble, but Dan West Jr. was around him.
He also has a problem. He's back to third.
Oh,
He's back to
no.
third, and he just got passed for fourth. Dan West Jr. does have a big
Smoking.
bobble.
He is smoking.
He hit
He's
the
got
wall hard.
Cheech and Chong riding with him. He's up in smoke on the pit lane. The 55. Wow. And just like that, he has to come in for a fast repair. And Greg, remember, they only get one in this race. Kind of hard to use it in the early going.
Got to be a heartbreaker for Dan West Jr. knowing how strong he was. Several drivers have already parked it for the night, Wesley, because they have already used that fast repair. We only have 10 drivers on the lead lap now. Everyone else has either been lapped or already come down to use that fast repair.
So we have Dan West Jr. on the lane, Tyler King on the pit lane, Stephen O'Hare and Judd Wakefield in the pits. Behind the wall already is Kevin Smith, Ritters, Aaron Cooper, and Carl Burke, already out of this race. And we are on lap 17 of 125. Remember, once the top 10 pass the scoring loop, the caution will be showed for the end of stage 1, Greg.
Closing in, and speaking of closing in, Jeff Stabnow is beginning to close in on.
That's Casey Tillman. Look at Anderson on the inside. Tillman up the racetrack. This is for the top 5. This is for 4th and 5th.
A long way back to Tyson Blood, who's next up there in 6th.
So, Greg, one of the things that I was talking about was the moisture on the racetrack making the track temperature different than the ambient temperature. And I was wondering if our producer can show you the bottom right of the monitor, the sawblade.com weather conditions during real race time. We want to keep a monitor of that. And as you see, it hasn't changed. Even though the trucks are on the racetrack and they're in full race mode and the track is starting to rubber up, it's not rubbering up as quickly as we thought it was, like the day race on Monday for the Cup Series. It is still the same track temp. That shows you the moisture is keeping the track cool, even though the trucks are really getting around Bristol right now.
And that's going to be very important moving forward, because these drivers are getting an idea that, hey, this is what they can expect for the rest of this race. Man, these drivers are dropping like flies right now.
They are. Wow.
We already
totally
have
different race.
Drivers loaded up.
Totally different race. Tyler King has now said, I'm done. Robert Gamble has now called it quits. Joining the likes of Smith, Ritters, Cooper, and Burke. And look at this battle now. There's Dan West Jr. He is trying everything he can to stay and get back one of those laps. His son is after him. And Stephen Paulison, the Daytona winner, is there. Tidrick is there. By the way, we're back on the at the Lady Black, another exciting track linked to next Monday and Wednesday night for the Cup and Truck Series. 3 wide, stab now in the middle. Thought about going in 4 wide with Wakefield. And look at a good run for Stabnow right now. He's in 2nd spot, Greg.
Nice run for Stabnow.
And by the way, we're coming to lap 25.
And the caution is out. There it is.
That's it. Stage 1 is over.
Devin West picking up the stage win.
Devin West, Jeff Stabnow, Tillman, Ryan Bloom, Hayden Anderson, the 5 in stage 1. Tyson Blood, Agate, or John Annenbacher, Sean Breitzman. Man, he's in the top 10, but Greg, I can't believe it, man. Only what, on the lead lap, if that?
8 trucks on the lead lap.
Yeah.
This is insane.
But Annenbacher will get. Annenbacher should get the free pass of the wave around.
Correct.
Will they come to pit, though, Greg? That's the thing. We're in the early going. Do you think they'll pit?
We'll see. Kind of driver's discretion.
They had the
right
opportunity to pit this time by, and they didn't come in.
Oh, it looks like no one coming. 9 trucks now on the lead lap.
Wow.
Only Ottenbacher. The driver just got the free pass. Seeing if we can perhaps try to get a word with Jeff Stabnow in the number 24, who sits in the 2nd spot.
And And we're going to go to our broadcast communications, and joining us on board, the driver of the number 24, 4K Ford, 4 from Billings, Montana, Jeff Stabnow. Man, I don't want to jinx you, but you're doing good on the dirt tonight, bud.
I'm doing pretty good because we still got some nice tacky stuff to run in, man. As soon as we start running out of that and it starts slicking up, I'm probably in trouble, man.
So we're seeing the track start to rubber up a little bit. You are racing nighttime instead of daytime. Do you think that's giving you a different race, obviously, than Monday night?
Well, Monday night, we had some stuff come up. I didn't have a lot of laps in. We had that fixed set. It was not easy to drive, so we were able to put some laps in last night, and we, Dan, Devin, Sean, John, and I were able to come up with a set that maybe is a little easier to drive. And I think the combination of the laps and the easier to drive setup is kind of why I'm up here right now.
But you're doing good. Sean is struggling.
I don't know what's going on with Sean. I don't know. He was so good at practice last night. I would expect him to get it together here, and he'll be in it by the end, I'm pretty sure.
All right, bud, we'll get back in it again. Hopefully we'll talk victory lane finally. Jeff Stabnow, he is in that number 2 position. We get ready to make their way back to the Zombie Auto Parts restart zone here at Bristol Motor Speedway at the end of stage number 1. It'll be lap number 30 when they come back. Green flag will go in the air. This will go until lap number 55. Pace truck drops onto the pit lane. Greg, here they come to the restart box. It is Devin West, Jeff Stabnow, Tillman, Anderson, Blum, top 5, and we are back to green.
West trying to get his first week sweep of his career as he tries to break away from Stabnow. But Casey Tillman and Caden Anderson working together for KAR, having a very solid run right now, 3rd and 4th. And here comes Tyson Blood. Tyson Blood has something to say as well. He wants some redemption after leading a lot of laps on Monday.
Yeah, Tyson Blood came so close to winning, and he got Jeff Stabnow. Look at that shot from the start-finish line. Hopefully the next time by, our production crew can get that start-finish line cam and get them all flying by at start-finish. That looks really, really good by Team Outlaw Motorsports. Watch this. Oh, no.
Dan West Jr.'s in a wreck, Wesley.
And they keep on going. Remember, no caution, only for the stages.
Had a big wreck on turn number 3.
All the way back to 14th.
He's 3 laps down, and that's only going to make it worse. The favorite entering tonight has issues again. Battle for the lead. As Stabnow tries to ride the cushion. Anderson up to 3rd now as he's gotten around his teammate Tillman.
Yeah, Stabnow trying to go for that crossover move. Stabnow for the crossover move. Trying to reel him in. Up on the up on the wall. Here they go. Going for the slider. He'll work his way off the turn into 1 and 2. Here comes drifting up West in front of him to the back straightaway. Stabnow trying to reel him in as well. They go into turn number 3. Devin West in the lead. He's trying to sweep Bristol's dirt events for the first time ever. Here comes Caden Anderson, the Wenatchee, Washington driver. Greg, he's looking good in that 37. He's trying to run down Stabnow for 2nd and 3 and 4.
He's actually from Yakima, Washington, but just raced in Yakima this past weekend.
You're right, Yakima, Washington. He was at Wenatchee. You're exactly right.
He was at Wenatchee. He had a solid run going. Unfortunately, flat tire midway through his late model race on Saturday night ended his chance at that one. But here he is up in 3rd right now. And remember, he's looking for back-to-back truck wins. He won last week at Vegas, battling out with Stabnow right now for 2nd.
Oh, look at all of that junk in the front of the grill there. The dirt in the front of the grill of the truck. And he bounces off the wall. Remember, they're only given 28 penalty points, and when you hit the wall, you do get penalty points. And Anderson goes around, he bounces off the wall again.
Keeps it off and does a nice job to save it. Holds on to 3rd, but man, oh man, Devin West is on a tear right now, Wesley. There are now just 6 trucks on the lead lap. A lot of trucks already out of the race.
Man, what a phenomenal job he's got on it now. Dennis Moore, truck 44 on pit road. Back into his truck. 6 trucks on the lead lap. That is it. Can you believe this, Greg? Nothing like we saw for the guy on the dirt at Bristol.
And there is not a single truck that does not have some kind of damage right now on that racetrack right now. Devin West has damage. Stab now has damage. These that on the racetrack, Mr. Producer. 3 wide up in front is Devin West to the inside. Gets by Briar Reynolds. Anderson, Blood, Tillman, your top 5 right now. And there's a little battle brewing here for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Blood, Tillman, and Bloom are all right there. Brightsman is in 7th. However, he's a lap down right now into number 46. But he is in the lucky dog position. He might be able to fight back here after that dismal start. He might be in position to get the lucky dog and get himself back into contention for this one.
6 trucks on the lead lap from west to Blum. Contact, Tillman, slider right in the middle of the field, trying to go 3 wide. Drifts up in front of Blum. Tillman slows his in behind Blood as well. And Brightsman in that mix. Remember, caution coming out on lap 55. And that will put Sean Brightsman back on the lead lap as they're throwing more sliders in the corner.
Bloom, Tillman, Blood, all battling right now, and Brightsman right there. And this is big because Brightsman wants to know what these guys are going to do, because when that caution comes out, he'll be up there in position with these guys. That's going to be big for Brightsman, knowing what he's going to be dealing with once this caution comes out. There's another truck pulling in. Dennis Moore, 44. He has a lot of damage. He's going to be able to continue, though.
What a good race. What a show they're putting on. Here they work their way around. Again, this is stage number 2. Stage 2 to lap 55 in less than 10 laps. Devin West leads. Jeff Stab now in a great run in second. That's a couple of Team LSRTV trucks working their way for the 4K Ford. There's Stab now. The Millings, Montana driver. He looks good in the 24. Caden Anderson from Yakima, Washington. You've got Washington, Montana, Washington, and Blum, along with Tillman in the top 5. And we are coming to the end of stage number 2 in a much calmer race than the first stage, and definitely not like Monday night's Cup race. And Greg, we are currently on lap number 48 and only 6 trucks on the lead lap.
Going to be absolutely interesting to see what happens next. Working lap number 50 now. We should see the caution this next time by. Brightsman will get back on the lead lap. And that's big, Wesley, because he was just able to drive past everybody that he was battling with. He was able to get past all of them now. So once this caution comes out here, oh, no caution yet.
Start finish. They're waiting for the field to come by. Lap 55 will be the caution flag. Lap 55, 25, 55, 85 to 125 the distance. Stripe. As out in front, Devin West hitting his marks. Jeff Stab now in that section. Audenbacher, he's about to go a lap down again as well. He's about 6 laps down. His teammate in the 89, the day winner of last year. As here they come to the line. 3 laps to go in stage number 2. And Greg, what a run for Jeff Stab now. Could he turn it around? The dirt here for the 24.
Trying to hold on. He got the podium last week. Can he do it again? Closing in on halfway as well.
Lap 63 will be halfway for the official race distance. This race broken down into 4 stages. We're a couple of laps left to go in stage number 2. Cross the line. 2 remaining. Devin West doing a phenomenal job. He won stage 1. He's trying to win stage 2. He will come to the line, and this will be the final lap. He's got Paulison now to his inside. That's another truck several laps down. 1 to go in stage number 2 for the 5.
Devin West, winner of stage number 1, going to come around and take the win in stage number 2.
So the field will come to the start-finish line, and the caution will be showed here in just a moment. There it is. Stage number 2 is done. They had to wait for everybody in the lead lap to cross the scoring loop. Now, Sean Brightsman, he'll get the free pass. He's one truck. He was a lap down. He's back in the game. But only 7 trucks are on the lead lap now, Greg Rentz, and maybe Daggett, Newton. If they were in front of the leaders, which I don't know if they are, they could take the wave around. Man, this has been an interesting race here tonight.
Definitely was hot and heavy to start it off, but man, oh man, things settling down very nicely in that second stage. Setting up for stage 3 now. Devin West has been the winner of both stages after his father having tough luck, having crashed out already.
So we'll see if anybody comes down to the pit lane. Looks like Casey Tillman is pitting in 92. Everyone else still staying in their spots. There goes Sean Brightsman. You said it. There he goes, back on the lead lap. He'll take the free pass and go back to the lead lap. So now 7 trucks on the lead lap. Greg, what a different race than what we saw Monday, my friend. Man, this is totally different. And I don't know if it's because these guys have finally figured out how to get around on the clay, or because it's a nighttime race and not the daytime. Not saying that it's been a bad race. This has been a good race, but definitely nothing like what we saw Monday night.
Definitely been a very, very different race. I think a big part of it is just that dirt experience now. These guys have turned a race on dirt. They've gotten extra laps on dirt. So I think that's playing a big role in this. As we get set in stage 3, Wesley's got someone with him.
And we're on board now with the Shelton, Washington driver who won the Cup race on Monday night. He leads the way. He's swept both stages so far in stage number 2. Doesn't look like he's going to pit on driver communications. It is Devin West for West Racing. Devin, got a good run, man. But, man, this race in the broadcast booth seems nothing like what Monday was like. What's it like in the cockpit right now?
Yeah, I'm having fun, but it's obviously that Cup race was crazy. I mean, between lap cars and how many fast cars we had in that race, it was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, Dad drove the lap car, so that kind of sucked, and he blew up, so that's a bummer. But Jeff's fast, and Sean's back in the lead lap, and so there's a lot of fast cars left, so it should be a good race.
So why do you think the race is different? Is it because it's a night race? You kind of figured the track out? This is an open setup instead of a fixed setup? What are you thinking?
Oh, it's an open set, and that makes a world of a difference. Obviously, you see guys that have really good sets that are able to pull away a little bit. Those Cup cars, if you know how to drive on dirt, you're able to be competitive. So yeah, I think it starts to feel that a little bit more than a close set does.
Final question, make it quick. Could we see you sweep the weekend, bud?
I'd love to. It's going off to a good start right now.
All right, he swept stages 1 and stage 2. He's ready to go now into stage number 3. That's the West entry out of Shelton, Washington. Devin West, driver communications again. Devin West, Jeff Stab now, none of them pitted. Lap 60 of 125. This is stage 3, lap 51 to 85 to the Zombie Auto Parts restart zone. In the dirt, green is out. We're back to green in stage number 3 at Bristol.
Now watch the 46 of Brightsman to see if he can make his way through the field of who's left and try to contend with these guys for position. Already in a battle with Tillman for position as they try to slice through lap traffic. Up front, though, still all Devin West breaking away.
And Greg Anderson was getting a little impatient with Jeff Stab now. Got up under the junk in the trunk again up on the outside lane. He closed in on him, and there's more contact. Sean Brightsman getting some company from the machine of, I think that was Blum up on the outside. He got into Tyson Blood. Blood and Bloom battling, Bloom and Blood battling for that spot. And we are coming up on halfway as well, this time by. Smoke coming from Stabnow's truck while he battles now with Anderson They are battling now heavy for that second position. They come to the line, Greg. We're halfway home. We'll rest our voices for an extended Sling in the Dirt. It's Bristol, baby, at the last great Coliseum virtual on iRacing, the Northwest Truck Series. Here they come. Pew, pew. Fun, exciting on the dirt. Second half underway in stage 3. This one is probably, Greg, and me and Sam Dyer and Charles, we talked about this on Monday night. Lap 62 to 85. This is the shortest stage of the race right here. It's a quick stage, and then you bring it to the finish.
And Devin West is liking this, though, because he is opening it up again over Jeff Stabnow and Anderson losing ground as well. Yeah. How many of these guys have used the fast repair already? Because Devin West, he is loving seeing this in his mirror. 2 stage wins already. Won the race on Monday night in the Cup car. Yep. Looking to follow it up with the truck. It'd be the first time ever he would sweep the week if he does it.
That camera angle right there. I love that camera angle. Watch them as they come roaring by start-finish line. There's the leader. There's the rest of the field. There's a look at the interval from the leader to Jeff Stabnow. But you see the rest of the field going by. 1.5 seconds and growing. Devin West still keeping pace. Stabnow losing ground, and he's got Anderson to his inside driver left out.
They made contact. They made contact. Anderson has found something in that number 37, despite all the damage, because he caught up out of nowhere.
Talk about awake and a sleeping giant from Yakima, Washington, Caden Anderson. And you know, that gets me. Where's Cole Raz at tonight? Raz is not here.
Raz is probably getting ready to race at Stockton, California. Tour. Yeah,
yes,
he was up. He was
Speedway,
up in Wenatchee
99.
this weekend.
Yep.
He was up in Wenatchee this weekend.
Oh, Anderson in the
more
wall.
Contact with
Stabnow's there to make contact. Push each other up the racetrack. They both gave way. That's respect to both of those drivers, a young and a veteran driver in virtual iRacing, Greg. They could have ran each other down the racetrack, up the racetrack, in the wall. They both got away from each other and said, okay, let's back away. Let's try to run each other and try to do this again. By the way, we're 10 laps to go in stage 3.
Anderson wheeling it, getting the wall once again. And that has opened the door for West to pull away even more now. Meanwhile, Breitzman has gotten around Blood and Tillman. He has cracked the top 5. We talked about it early. He was struggling mightily at the start of this race. He has already climbed his way back up into the top 5. Sean Breitzman might not be done yet.
And maybe Anderson and Stabnow might not be done either. That might have been a little payback that we just saw a moment ago. Driver communication chat. Very interesting now as Anderson has lost ground on Stabnow. Stabnow's proven a point tonight, Greg, and he's right now in that number 2 spot. He's been in second all night long. We are down to the 7 best of dirt track on the iRacing truck for the Northwest battling here, and this is going to be one hell of a stage down the stretch as now Anderson rim rides up the wall. He drifts up now. Stabnow will in front of Anderson. Anderson now comes back on the outside, moving by lap traffic of Briar Reynolds to the line. 5 to go in stage 3, and Stabnow slips a little bit coming off of 4.
Oh, and Anderson
And he's
gets
got
in the
Briar
back of
Reynolds in front of him. He used him as a pick to get around him.
And it didn't
Wow.
work. Stabnow able to fight back because Anderson got in the back of Reynolds. And just like that, Stabnow right back in front of Anderson, who's going to have to go to work again. Meanwhile, battle for 4th going on as Brightsman's inside of Bloom.
He said, excuse me, coming through, and he made it work down in the corner. Back into 1 and 2. Look at them work their way back to the back straightaway. Laps winding down here in stage number 3. 81 on the board, 4 to go. Devin West has been out in front. He's about to pull out a hat trick and sweep all 3 stages so far to the home stretch, to the money lap on 125. There's Ryan Bloom. He's got a good run going for him as well. 7 trucks on the lead lap and 3 to go in stage 3. Greg, off 4.
Here comes Brightsman again to the inside of Bloom. Not this time. Bloom able to hold on.
So whatever problems Bloom had, Sean Brightsman had, whatever problems Sean Brightsman had, it seems to me, Greg, that he has methodically been working and making adjustments or doing whatever he can do to this truck when he gets a chance to, and his truck is getting better and better and better each stage. He's now climbed to 5th. At one time, my friend, he was 3 laps down. He got his laps back, and he got back on the free pass the last caution. He's back in the dance.
And he is going to have a great shot at it here for this final stage.
1 to go. Lap number 85 is stage number 3 completed. And Devin West is hitting his marks. He is out in front and doing a phenomenal job. Somewhere between 85 and 90 is when the caution will be thrown.
There it is.
There it is. I knew it was. It was lap 85. That's right, lap 85. There's the caution, and that is stage 3. They were contemplating going to lap 90, but they said, no, we'll stick to 85, and there's the caution.
Devin West sweeps the 3 stages, and now he's going to have another shot at trying to go out and pull this one out of the hat and sweep the week. He's got one more run to do.
Do you pit this time by, Greg? I got a feeling that the leaders in the top 7 have to come to the pits. They've ran 87 laps under green.
There's only 7 trucks on the lead lap, but do you have enough time to make your way up? Well, Anderson has decided, no doubt.
Anderson's in. Stabnow's in. Blum is in.
Brightsman stays out.
Tillman's in.
Bloom spun out on pit road. The good news is he's only going to risk losing 2 spots. The only 2 that stayed out of the 7 lead lap trucks were West and Brightsman.
Devin West and Sean Brightsman. I think Sean Brightsman's pitting now. He's pitting now. Sean Brightsman's pitting now.
He's on pit road.
7 out of 6.
Devin West, the only driver. He's the only one to not.
Wow. Hey, you haven't took any commercials here recently. Extended commercial break. We'll take you to the checkered flag.
Oh,
here
coming.
Comes the leader. Devin West is on pit road now. The lucky 7 will battle for the final stage. All 7 of the top 7 come to the pit lane. This will make now Caden Anderson the new leader. Jeff Stabnow pick up where he left off on Malong. He'll move to number 2 where he ended in stage 3 in P2. And everyone else will settle in. Extended commercial break, LSRTV, CRN Sports, and we get ready for the shootout to lap 125.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Remake.
Back here at Bristol, working lap number 90 of 125, and a shootout coming up. Remember, yellow flags are only for the stages. Greg, 7 trucks on the lead lap. What's your take of this, bud, as we get ready to settle in for the finish here at Bristol?
And the
Correction,
the
6 trucks on the lead lap. Only 6 trucks on the lead lap.
Ryan Bloom lost the lap because of his incident on pit road, and the fastest truck left, Devin Weston at 5, is in 5th position. Does he have enough time to get up there, Wesley? That's going to be the question.
Hayden Anderson and Jeff Stabnow were having some interesting bumping, banging racing. And now they are side by side, nip tuck on the front row. As we get ready for stage 4, the run to the checker. Anderson pulls away from Stabnow. Really got a big jump on the field. They are 3 wide for the lead.
Look at Tillman.
Green flag. Look at Tillman out of nowhere looking for the lead.
And Devin West is already the third. Devin West is already the third in the number 5. He wants this win. He wants the sweep, but he's got to get around Tillman and Anderson to do it. Anderson, winner last week at Vegas.
Yes, it is, man. He's trying to go for 2 in a row. Anderson, winner in the truck race. He's out in front. Holy cow.
West inside of Tillman. Dirt modified driver versus paved sprint car driver for second. Now they'll go after the asphalt late model driver.
6 trucks on the lead lap, and that's it. And Charles, our producer in our ear, wished he was joining us on commentary tonight, but he had to focus more on the broadcast. He literally said, how many times have I said when Kel Raz is not here, Caden Anderson just seems to shine and wins. And right now he is in the lead in the number 1 spot. But here comes Devin West from Shelton, Washington, the driver that won on Monday night. He is reeling in Caden Anderson. And also Casey Tillman, the sprint car racer, the top 3 as we approach a century grind in 5 more laps, Greg.
These two, Anderson and West, they may have gone their separate passes. West going the dirt, Anderson going to the big boys in the late models, while Devin West joining the dirt modified ranks, the big boys on dirt around here. But they race together a lot in legend cars. Devin West and Caden Anderson, several battles for the win in legend cars. Now, most of the time, at least that I saw in races that I got to announce, it was Devin West that came out on top. Anderson got the big wins in legend cars also, as Tillman has problems with lap traffic. But
Tillman trying to get around Dennis Moore. That lap truck orange 44 in the way. He'll finally clear him. Tillman now in the fence. Here comes Brightsman trying to lick his chops and pounce for the number 3 spot to get on the podium. Brightsman redeeming himself after 1 time, 4 laps down in the race.
Here comes Devin. He's closing. It's down to a half a second. Less than half a second.
Kitty.
And we've seen this battle in legend cars a lot in the Northwest. Longtime racing fans in the Northwest will have seen this in legend cars time and time again. Now you're watching it at Bristol Dirt, and Devin and Caden battling it out.
1 lap to go to lap 100 and a 25-lap shootout. Lap traffic in the midst of the leaders. Anderson, Devin West, right there. Lap truck moves out of the way. And they says, have at it, boys. That's Troy Daggett as they work off 4. 100 goes on the scoreboard. 25 to go. The battle for the lead through lap traffic around Briar Reynolds as they work off 2.
And now West has had to follow Anderson on the outside. Hasn't been able to take the line that he wants. Now he's able to get back to the bottom, which is where he really has seemed to be preferring all night long. Great run off of turn number 4 by West. Anderson able to fight back though, but man, Devin wants this win, and he wants.
Greg, Anderson just strong on the outside, but I mean, man, you can just see how good his truck. But he can't do it that way. Not getting in the fence like that. No leader. He slipped on 4. Can't do it that way. Hey. Wow.
It's the lead to Devin West, and now Devin's just got to be smooth and patient for the remaining portion of this race.
23 lap to go. Devin West, your leader. Caden Anderson in trouble. The 37 is in trouble. He's on pit road.
That may have been
Anderson
it.
is in the pits.
That may have been it, Wesley. He may have caught it too much. Pass-through penalty for Anderson as he does not pit. He did not pit.
I wonder, Greg, if he got penalized for the restart. Do you remember when I said how far out in front he was?
No, that would have been way too long for that to happen. That was about 15 laps there.
Wow. So what's the pass-through penalty? He's on the lead lap. Then he's still on the lead lap.
That, or did he just unfortunately have to come down pit road?
Here's a Post Popper replay here. Yes.
I'm wondering if Anderson just broke loose, and by the time he had recovered it, he was already committed to pit road. I wonder if he had just crossed the commitment line and didn't have a choice here. Let's take a look.
Yep, that's exactly what happened.
Yep. By the time he recovered he was already at the commitment cone and didn't have a choice.
And you got to wonder, Greg, could he possibly get a penalty for speeding on pit road? I don't think there was a pit road speed penalty enforced in the dirt race, because they're not going as fast as they would be on pavement. But anyhow, he is still on the lead lap. He's just all the way in 6th. Last truck on the lead lap. And what might have been Devin West, Sean Breitzman, let's pick them up for the lead. There's the number 46. He's in 2nd. Devin West, where are you? And there he is. There's the interval. And the laps are winding down, Greg. Under 20 to go. Trouble. No caution. Truck spun around, though. That's Dennis Moore. Dennis Moore goes around in 44. He'll keep on going. The General Lee colors. Devin West looking to do what his father, Dan West Jr., did in the truck race and the cup race at Richmond. And this is so much more historic, Greg. The first time ever, the Bristol Dirt Race for esports for the Northwest Cup and Truck Series, and he is looking to be the dominator of those events here right now in Truck 5, with now 15 to go at the line.
Breitzman in 2nd, 3.5 seconds back. That 46 truck was closing until that lap, and West was able to open it back up over Breitzman a little bit there. Stab now in 3rd. How about Casey Tillman in 4th? Great run by Casey Tillman into number 92. He's having a great run. Remember, he almost won the truck race at Bristol last year when we were still on the concrete surface for this race. Tillman almost won that race last year, came up a little bit short, but another great top 5 run at Bristol for Tillman. Granted, it's on dirt this time.
Bouncing off the wall, working their way down on the straightaway. Caden Anderson, you see that? Meanwhile, there's the leader going around the Daytona winner. God, it seems like it's been just yesterday, but it's been 7 weeks of great points racing. And Stephen Paulison out of nowhere won the truck race at Daytona. And now, or the cup race, my apologies, he won the cup race at Daytona. And anyhow, in any case, the laps are winding down, and Devin West now down on the bottom of the racetrack, Greg, and it is 12 to go here at Bristol.
Closing stages, Devin West looking for what will be his 8th career Northwest Racing Series victory, 5th of his truck career, first of the season, and he hasn't been able to run all the races this year. He's been stuck at work. The new dates for the trucks being Wednesday night hasn't allowed Devin to race every week, but you know he had this race circled on his calendar.
He was 34th in the points for the Cup Series, and with his first win of the season at Bristol Monday night, it put him up to 26th. Remember, the rules state you have to have wins and in the top 25 or top 20 in the point standings to have an opportunity to go to the playoffs, and he's doing exactly methodically, numerically, what he needs to do for the Cup, the same for the trucks, to climb the ladder in truck number 5 by virtue, Greg, of not being able to make all these races. He's under 10 to go, 9 remaining, and he's out in front.
Doing a fantastic job. All he has to do is hold on for less than 10 more laps, and we will have ourselves a sweep.
So I'm not saying that this race is different than Monday night's race. Obviously, it was a good one. The next race was interesting. A different outcome than the way it turned out to be. But I really think as we approach under 10 laps to go, Greg, the drivers maybe with the fixed setup than an open setup like Monday night, they're more restricted to what they can and can't do. And in addition to that, with the practice and the time and the experiences, we got trouble, racetrack, blood got into the machine, I believe, of Troy Daggett Green, and Tyson Blood will stay in the number 6 position, but he is now stuck between lap cars in his way. There's Sean Brightsman for second, up 21 spots. As we approach 5 to go, though, Greg, seriously, this race, not a bad race. It's definitely showed these guys have figured out to run on the dirt here.
It has been awesome watching these guys figure it out, though, Wesley, and you can definitely tell the drivers that put in a lot of practice here have risen to the top. Guys like West, yes, Brightsman, Stabnow, Anderson, who said in race communications, he's like, hey man, this dirt stuff is not easy, and he is still having a great run despite everything that happened. Up in the top 5 right now, trying to hold off Tyson Blood for 5 more laps. Man, great run by West. So dominate this race.
Laps winding down here at Bristol. 5 laps to go. 4 laps to go. At the line now, 3 to go. For Devin West in truck 5, picking them up and putting them down, looking to be the man that sweeps Bristol. He's in his own world. The man out of Shelton, Washington, going to be another winner on the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. And if I remember correctly, that will now be 6 out of 7 winners on the season, Greg. 2 to go this time by.
What an incredible start to the season it has been, as he's going to come around. He won his heat race as well, Wesley, and he's going to come by, see the white flag from Milton Barney Fife Jr., which signifies the CRN won the go.
One more lap around the virtual last great Coliseum on dirt. It's been a fun week to close out the month of April. Happy birthday to Charles Wooten. He wanted these races on the dirt at Bristol because of his birthday week. And coming out of turn number 4, Shelton, Washington, it is Devin West winning and sweeping the trucks and cup on dirt at Bristol in 2021 for the Northwest Racing Series. Second spot to Sean Brightsman. What a comeback for the man in the 46th, the defending Cup Series champion. Jeff Stabnow, hold your head high, buddy. You're on the podium in 3rd. Caden Anderson, whatever hiccup he had in the pits there, causing a problem, mistake, Greg, he'll finish 4th and run for the sprint car racer, Casey Tillman. The top 5 as the Warlords virtually prepare for a send-off to orbit the 5 to the moon, or at least up into the rafters after his win here at Bristol.
Oh, Brightsman misses. These guys are celebrating, and Devin West, it's a weekend he'll never forget. Well, a week he'll never forget here at Bristol. A Stabnow lays a hit. Devin West will never forget his first Northwest Racing Series sweep.
That's
and
right.
It comes here at the Bristol Dirt.
He will sweep the cup and the dirt. He'll do what his father did just a couple of weeks ago. I think it was 3 weeks ago when he done it at Richmond on the pavement at the half-mile track, or the three-quarter-mile track in Virginia. When it's all said and done, Devin West, unofficially race results presented by SawBlade.com. He is the winner. Look at the interval, 2 seconds over Sean Brightsman. Jeff Stabnow 3rd, Caden Anderson 4th, Casey Tillman 5th, and Tyson Blood 6th. And that's it. 6 trucks on the lead lap of the 25 starters. Ryan Blum a lap down. 3 laps down, Paul Newton. Troy Daggett, 67, 5 laps down. And to round out the top 10, John Ottenbacher, truck 89, 7 laps down at the checkered flag, Greg.
All right, Reynolds also 7 laps down, but he comes home with a great finish of 11th. He's definitely going to be happy with getting an 11th place finish here on the dirt. Stephen Paulison, we talked about him a bit, finishes 12th. Dennis Moore. Dan West Jr. was probably the favorite to win this race heading in, and unfortunately the early race incidents knock him down to 14th, 61 laps down for Dan West Jr. as he suffers a DNF. 15th position for BJ Titterick rounds out the top 15. Fatback Bryce Clark, Ray Fournier, Judd Wakefield, Stephen O'Hare, and Tyler King round out the top 20. Wesley, we'll just go ahead and finish them off as there's only 5 left. Robert Gamble, Kevin Smith, Toby Riddlers, and Aaron Cooper round out the 24-car field. Carl Burke did not start.
All right, your final thoughts, Greg. I know you got to get ready to get some shut-eye, bud. It's always fun working with you. Glad to see you back in the saddle again with us, and we'll get ready for Darlington next week. But, man, Bristol, it was fun. We got to do this again.
Oh, we absolutely have to do this again, and I cannot wait till we get to play in the dirt on Bristol again. We have ideas here in the LSRTV mind. The problem is we just got to figure out when to do them. But, man, we had so much fun tonight with the Bristol Dirt. Had a lot of fun all week with the Bristol Dirt. ARCA, win went to Justin Yee. Cup, win goes to Devin West. Trucks go to Devin West tonight as well. This was an unbelievable night here at Bristol, an unbelievable week at Bristol. Cannot wait to see what happens next. Darlington next week with the trucks. This is going to be something very, very special next week.
Yeah, it was a fun time, sure, man. As always, it's fun to work with you. Enjoy the rest of your week, man, and we'll do it again next Monday night, as Greg said, at Darlington. We're going to step away. When we come back, West, Brightsman, Stabnow, top 3. We'll wrap it up. LSRTV CRN Sports coverage of the Bristol E-Dirt Race. What a show it was. And the broomstick virtually goes to Devin West in the number 5 for West Racing from Shelton, Washington. Historic week in the books. We'll talk to him and wrap things up and prepare for Darlington, the Lady in Black. The track too tough to tame next week as well. More details at Northwest Racing Series on Facebook, and of course, we'll have it on LSR TV and CRN Sports. Welcome back to coverage of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. Wesley Outland, Greg Ranch, Charles Wooten. Even though he did play hooky on color commentary for Dirt Analysis tonight, I still love him. And he celebrated a birthday, and he wanted to have these races for Bristol on dirt during his birthday week, and what a great show it was. Devin West pulled out that virtual broomstick like his daddy did at Richmond a couple of weeks ago. He now makes the 6th different winner in 7 points events so far this year in the Truck Series to go to victory lane as Dan West Jr., the only driver to be as a repeat winner. We're going to go to victory lane in a moment. We'll talk to Dan West Jr.'s son, Devin West, in a moment. But first, Jeff Stab now. Man, this has got to be like a win for you. What a way to redeem yourself. But talk about the battle with you and Anderson. Little beating, bumping, banging, gouging, slide jobs, crossovers. Man, you come back and finish third.
I didn't see a lot of it. I mean, I was just driving forward. I mean, I was just too concentrated on driving, all of a sudden it's like, here he comes sliding up in front of me. And it's like, oh my God, he's going to hit the wall. So I try to drive under him and he bounces off the wall and gets me. And, it was hard to drive out there, man. It was so slick. We were racing. I know I got slowed up a couple times in the middle of the corner. I was getting into the wall a little bit, couldn't get my rhythm. And, he was a little bit faster than me at that time. He was getting into the rear end of me. So, then he got by me and, I don't know what happened to him there at the end. He was looking like he was running pretty good there on that slick stuff, better than I was there at the end, and not sure what happened to him, but he had a good run.
It was. And hey, by the way, you had a good run, man. What a way to come back. This has been, and I don't mean to say this in a mean way, a crappy season for the 4K Ford. I mean that in the nicest way of saying Krabby Patties. A crappy season for the 24 truck.
To be fair, the 4K Ford has had a lot going on this year, and I just haven't put the work in that I need to put in. So we got to put a little extra work in before this race, and Devin and Dan were right there coaching me along, helping me with everything, when I'd screw up, telling me, quit hammering on the throttle so hard and all that stuff. So, and the result was a good finish. So put the work in, and I got the right guys on the team that can coach you up. And we had a good race tonight.
Hey, by the way, I just finally realized this. Team LSRTV 1, 2, and 3 here tonight at Bristol 2. Your take on that?
I thought there might be a good chance for a 1, 2, 3, but I didn't think it would me. I thought it was going to be Dan up here. I knew Sean was going to be fast as soon as he got his rhythm back, and clearly he was. So I thought there was a good chance. Sean snuck in there. I thought Tyson Blood was going to be a favorite to be up there, and figured Devin and Dan would be in it. So if you'd have told me I was going to finish on the same lap as the leader, I would have been thrilled. So I'll take this.
All right, man. Before we let you go, thank your sponsors, and a good way for the 24 to be in a piece and on the Darlington next week for the Cup and the Truck Series.
Well, obviously, LSRTV and the 4K UHD, phenomenal broadcast. You guys do an amazing job. Putting your 4K broadcast just look fantastic on my TV. And for many others, too, that I hear all the time, I hear compliments about how real it looks. So big shout out to you guys for how hard you work at your crafts. Greg's not here, but man, he's a big piece of this too. Wesley, Greg, and Cody, you guys are probably the best team in the business, but I'm biased. Obviously, shout out to Devin and Dan for helping me out so much last night and tonight and talking me through stuff. Sean, working on the set with us. We worked on a couple sets, and I think we come up with something pretty good that ran pretty good for us tonight. And then, I've got to give a big old shout out to BJ Duvall and his Outlaw School of Dirt, even though I only took one lesson from him. And it was the wax on, wax off lesson. He was there. I could hear his Miyagi voice in the background telling me wax on, wax off as I was going down those straightaways.
Oh my goodness! We gotta find out what the hell that's all about. Wax on, wax off. I thought that was just cleaning, tile on the floor, so the kitchen. So yeah,
his day one drill is wax on, wax off, man.
Oh. Well, thank you very much, Jeff Stab. Now third here tonight at Bristol as we continue post race. Sean Breitzman started this race 23rd. Up 23rd, up 21 spots at the checkered flag. And Sean, at one time, bud, you were just off in left field in stage one. Stage two started clicking. You came back from being 3 laps down. You're on the podium. This has got to be like a win for you. Second place, the driver out of originally Puyallup, Washington, now from the land of Cactus in the desert of Tucson, Arizona. Sean, your take on the racing tonight being second?
A workout, and overall super happy about it. Second place to Devin, really any of the dirt guys is a win, like you said. So to come out here start 23rd, 24th, and get into the top three after the trouble on lap one there. I couldn't be more happy.
What happened? What was going on with the truck? Was it the setup? Was it just, do you make some mistakes and you got hit and just had damage and you knew you had to change your strategy? What made you have the problems and then redeem yourself to try to make a rally for the win to finish on the podium in second?
On lap one, it looked like some people checked up in front of me. I checked up and got hit from behind and unfortunately got spun out and had to refire the truck. So just kind of started out back there and took heavy nose damage. The truck was getting hot, so I had to use a fast repair really and try to save as much as I could until the end, the last 35 laps or whatever. So really just trying to manage it during the whole race. That way I could hopefully try to battle Devin. I was hoping to get around him on that restart versus him getting around me, but heck of a job by him.
John, final question, and you can also thank your sponsors in closing as well. We're talking to Sean Bridesman, runner-up 6. By the way, it's a Team LSRTV Sweep 1, 2, 3 here at Bristol for the Trucks on Dirt. The race for the Cup on Monday seems so different than this truck race tonight. Why do you think that was the outcome, as well as thanking your sponsors in closing?
I definitely think it was mostly because of the open setup. So everybody able to adjust the setup to what they kind of want. Obviously, the track's going to change no matter what. But I think just having the setup tight enough to run the bottom on a slick track or tight enough to run the top on the slick track. So, or loose enough depending on who you are. So I think it was just a matter of having that adjustability built in the practice laps put in before tonight's race. And I will now thank my sponsors of Bright's Boutique at Etsy, and check us out at Etsy shop or Etsy.com/shop Bright's Boutique. Got to thank LSRTV for everything they do for our team. Got to thank the whole Good Guys group, really, Jeff, John, Devin, Dan, everybody that works together to build these setups and have a good time here. So thank you, everybody. Thank you again, Wes.
John Bridesman, truck 46, up 21 spots and finishes at the number 2 spot here tonight at Bristol, the defending Cup Series champion. Sweeping Richmond was his father, and now his son has done something even more special. He becomes the 6th different winner in 7 points races this year, and the first time ever for the Trucks and Cup on Dirt. Devin West out of Shelton, Washington. Congratulations. It was a different outcome finished in the Cups, but you still dominated in the trucks. Maybe an even better domination in the trucks because you dominated all 4 stages and you win. Congratulations to you, my friend. Truck 5 was strong here tonight. Your take on it?
Oh, yeah, it was a good race. Like you said, a lot different than the Cup. The Cup was chaos, and fortunately, I put on a good show, so I get the win. Tonight was also a lot of fun. I mean, it's just fun being able to get out there and race with these guys. I mean, this league's so competitive. I mean, you saw that at the end. I felt comfortable racing, yet Caden was still able to challenge me and put on a good show there for the final 20 laps. But yeah, just a big thank you to Jeff, Sean, my dad, everyone that I get to practice with and can push me during these weeks and these races. Obviously saw how fast Sean was catching me there at the end, and it's awesome to have all 3 of us on the podium.
And, I saw you having to hold off battles with Stab now. That was great racing in a couple of stages. Anderson was racing hard with you. Casey Tillman was racing good. So was Tyson Blood. It seemed like if anybody got in your path, you methodically just got around them. And once you cleared them, you got away from them.
Yeah, just having confidence in the speed in the truck and what I can do with it. I mean, Caden got out in front of me for a little bit. I wasn't really catching him for a few laps. I just stuck with my line and stuck with what I needed to do. And fortunately, the truck prevailed and really come out on top.
All right, man. Well, what does it mean to you to sweep the Bristol? Obviously, sweep and race events are special, but for this to be the first inaugural week of Northwest competition at Bristol.
Yeah, obviously it feels good anytime you win a single race, in this series. Like I said earlier, this league's so competitive. I mean, we have guys, 10, 15 guys that can win a race each year. And, to win both races this week at Bristol is awesome. And for me to be the first inaugural races here for this league is even better.
Final question, and thank your sponsors as well, Devin. With this win, for Monday with the Cup, trucks tonight for Wednesday. Obviously, you got to climb the ladder. You've missed some races. We know that. There's some drop races available. But with these wins, does this give you the upkick of starting to try to maybe say, all right, we got a shot here, maybe win a couple more races, get in the top 25 in points. We're going to make a run for the playoffs for a championship.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like I said on Monday with the Cup, I missed a few races, like you said earlier on, and my plan is to run the rest of the races every single race I can, and I'm confident in this team's ability to bring good sets with Jeff and Sean and my dad and John and all those guys building great stuff for us to go race each week in and week out. I'm confident in myself, and I think I'm going to get some more wins. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It should be a lot of fun.
Sponsor time, buddy.
Oh, yeah. I obviously real-life sponsors, Effective Web Solutions, Kenny's Custom Hardwood, Advanced Automotive Repair, all those guys, Motorsports Distributing, they do a lot for us in real life, and I want to shout out them for this win.
Dan West Jr., the only driver to be a repeat winner this season of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series, but his son sweeps the weekend like he did at Richmond here tonight at Bristol, and he makes the 6th different winner of 7 points events this season on Wednesday night's Northwest iRacing Truck Series schedule. It's off to Darlington. Devin West again, your winner. Sean Brightsman second, Jeff Stabnow the top 3, a Team LSRTV podium as well. So it's on to Darlington next Monday night. It'll be coverage 11:30 Eastern, 10:30 Central, 8:30 Pacific. We'll have it for the Cups on Monday. The trucks will be here on Wednesday as well. What a great show it was. When it's all said and done, again, Devin West winning here on the dirt. A fun time. For Jeff Stabnow, everybody at Rocket Media, as well as Greg Wrench, Charles Wooten in the production chair. More details, as always, at livesimracing.com and wearecrn.com. Be good to one another. Enjoy the rest of your week. And remember, April showers bring May flowers, and racing season is going on at racetracks across the country, whether it's dirt, whether it's pavement, whether it's the big boys like at Kansas this weekend. Go support short track racing. On behalf of everybody, I'm Wesley Outland. God bless you all. Thank you for watching or listening on LSR TV and CRN Sports.